Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Good morning, it's 6:45 on Sunday, 21st of March. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down on the land. It's a cool but nice spring morning, and it is actually spring. Officially on the calendar. Sun is trying to make an appearance behind those trees. It won't be a full day today. I've got a few little domestic chores to sort out this afternoon, but I'm sure I'll find plenty to do, because there always is plenty to do. Anyway, I'll get myself opened up and get myself sorted out. Just watching some pigeons. These pigeons are huge on this field. I'm going to have to make a point later in the year of having a go at those. Tasty meat on them. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to get myself sorted out and I'll catch up with you in the video as I go along. Well, the kettle's on to boil, so I thought we'd have a quick walk around. Not really done that for a while. Obviously the first thing you can see is the the lovely new chicken coop with its outdoor run, which is looking mighty fine in the morning light. I have to say, I'm really pleased with how it's come on. Compost bins are awaiting this year's crop of grass and leaves. And talking about leaves, you can see on these bushes everything is budding, and quite a few of the trees further down have got leaves. Depends on the variety. That's a hawthorn, and you can see all these others. There's an elderberry there which is in leaf, another one here already in leaf. I'm hoping I'm going to get some decent cuttings off these. Now is about the right time to start taking them. I'd like to have a lot more of those elderberry trees scattered around. Cabin's looking good. At some point I'm tempted to cover that green with brown so it all matches. What do you think? I got green because I couldn't find brown in the COVID shortages of this last year. And I don't know, green or brown? I'm erring towards brown because I've done the chicken coop brown. Wouldn't want to have to paint that again. I was laying in bed last night, as you do, pondering stuff. And you remember that chicken feeder, the watering one that I made, which is here, just waiting to go into the new chicken coop. All last night I was wondering, now I've got everything assembled and the door on, is that going to fit through the door? And the honest answer is, I don't know. I'm going to find out later, I guess, when I try and put it in. There's a bit of rubbish. Let me just pick that up. Anyway, I digress. This is supposed to be a guided tour. Wildlife feeder. I moved that a while back now. Can you see all those rabbit burrows? There are literally hundreds of these scattered around. Grass is starting to grow. Won't be long before the tractor's out and I'm starting to cut. Raised beds. This end one, I don't know what it is about this end one. That's not been touched, that one. And the netting is perfectly fine. As indeed is this one with the garlic in. But for some reason, this one here, the rabbits just keep chewing through the netting and digging it up. And they've completely destroyed the netting on this side. Look at it. There is no netting. It's all on the floor in pieces. And the same with this one. They just love this area digging up for some reason. No clue why that is. Woodland is filling out now. Brambles, which I've just given up trying to even think about cutting those down. I'm just going to leave those as a source of blackberries, because there is millions of them come on these bushes, and that's a sizable patch. And I'll just keep the area around it up under control. Field's looking nice and green. And all these little bushes and trees that I've been saving for the last 2 years, I'm hoping that they produce a real nice little woodland area in the middle of this field. Help provide a bit of a buffer from the wind for the cabin and the chicken coop further down. All of these fallen trees, I am going to need to sort these out at some point. I'll use some of these in the chicken pen as a little bit of an assault course, and then the bigger ones, like these here, I'll get a chainsaw at some point and start chopping these into more manageable chunks for firewood. Just looking at the roadside, there's so much rubbish comes off that road. People are, I can't swear, can I? But I'm sure you can insert a few choice words. People are not kind. They just throw stuff out the car windows as they're flying by. Mainly fast food wrappers, I have to say. And it ends up all down the grass verge of the road, and a lot of it blows in to my field. I will do a litter pick at some point. Something's had a meal here. No sign of the body, but lots of feathers. That looks like a pheasant, looking at these feathers. Yeah, pheasant or a small grouse type bird. You see the geese flying around. It's a nice morning. It is cold. I can feel it already on my fingers, but it is nice. All these trees budding, look. How nice is that? Nice to see the hedgerow starting to fill out. Give it another couple of weeks and you'll not be able to see onto the field from the road, which is good. My new road surface is looking very nice. Don't know if you can see that from here or not. You remember that little panic I had last weekend, or middle of last week, I can't remember now. But we've got a beautiful looking road, all fresh. I could do with that down here. One day perhaps. And there's not much else to see, to be fair. I can see in the distance there, one of the neighbouring fields. They've come down to tend the horses, as they do every day. Lots of wildlife sounds, very nice this morning. Anyway, that's it, short little trip. Get myself back in the cabin and get that cup of coffee, and have a little ponder as to what I'm going to get up to today. As I said before, it won't be a full day. I did wear myself out yesterday, but more importantly, I've got some domestic chores, as we all do, and it's back to work tomorrow, so it won't be a full day. But I'll keep you posted as we go through the day with what I'm getting up to. Well, thankfully that water barrel did fit just through the door and is now in the pen. So the idea is I'll pop it somewhere in this corner, and then I'll need to build up the ground here a little bit. It's a bit uneven, but if I get it up against this back fence, I can then have a connecting pipe run through, probably in that bottom corner somewhere, to another barrel outside, which will collect water from the roof. So that's the plan. I'm just having a little think while I'm talking, but yeah, if I get guttering up along this roof line, and then the down pipe can come down into a barrel just on this corner somewhere, link those two together, and the outside one will feed the inside one, and well, there's over 100 litres in that barrel. I forget exactly how many's in there, 110, 120, can't remember, but it's certainly over 200 litres on tap, which should be enough. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so barrels in. I just need to tinker with the ground level just to get it sitting tight up against the outer wall of the pen, and then I can connect into the second barrel. I'll not do that today because I haven't got the gutter in, and until I've got the gutter in, I don't really know exactly where the downpipe's going to go. So that's that. In terms of the coop itself, it's a bit of a disaster area in here at the moment, but you've not seen inside here, have you? I mean, that's a fairly sizable coop for the chickens. Everything's just strewn. I did say I need to tidy up, and I do. That's the next nest box. Let me just get out the way of all this wood on the floor. So there's the nest box area. Now that is a sizable area. Where is that? It's a good 6 foot wide by 1.5 foot deep, something like that. Got a vent which I can open and close at the top. I've got a louvered vent at the bottom, which has got wire around it just to stop any critters getting in. So ventilation shouldn't be an issue, and clearly neither is daylight, because I've got light from those vents and I've got light from a window on the door. So I'll be tidying up in here, and then I'll just need to figure out how to divide out individual nesting areas. I'm thinking a total of 4. So 2 where this hatch opens out, 2 where that hatch opens out, and I probably, see I'm getting ahead of myself, I'll probably shelve off this area and have some little doors kind of inside here and use that area as storage. I don't know, it's all semantics at the minute. But that's one of the projects for today, is trying to tidy out in here. I do need to cut a hole somewhere on that back wall to lead out into the outdoor pen. So although the main construction's finished, lots of little jobs to do, both in the coop and also in the pen itself. I am tempted as well to start looking at more planting now that the weather, I'm got to be careful because we are going to get some frost still for sure between now and the end of April, but I might transfer those potatoes that are coming through now into the polytunnel and set some more off in the garden room. I am wanting to get some more carrots planted as well. Disappointing that those didn't come through yet, because they still might. But I'm conscious I haven't got that many. I've got, what, four buckets, I think. So yeah, a bit of planting as well perhaps today. We'll see, I'll keep you posted as we go through the day. Well, it might seem like a bit of a non-job, but handles and bolts on the door actually is a bit of a job, because the amount of times I've been walking in and out of here and the door's just been swinging in the wind because I didn't have a handle or a bolt to put on it. It was only a matter of time before this glass broke. So it might seem like a non-job, but it's a very worthwhile job. It's easy to get distracted and find another job to do. Well, it's slow progress, but it's progress. I've just shelved out this top section, and the bottom section will be the actual nesting area. So I need to partition that off. Same on this side, still need to shelve on that side. Sun's out. I'm getting a bit of a sweat on now, but I'll keep cracking on and I'll keep you updated with progress. Well, it's 1 o'clock already. I should have been gone by now, but it's agonisingly slow progress. I've sectioned out the nest boxes. I think I'll use these top ones for storage rather than nest boxes. I don't know, we'll see how we get on. Can always put a little lid over them. Partitioned out in the bottom. I've used this plastic just to make it easier to wipe down, and of course it won't rot. So far so good. I would like to divide off this big box into two. I'm not really quite sure whether to or not. I might try it and see how they get on, and if they want a smaller space I'll give them a smaller space. But yeah, we're slowly getting there. Time as usual is flying by, and it keeps threatening to rain. That sky is getting quite dark now, so I'll have to get my skates on, and I've got loads of stuff outside that wants tidying away. But it's progress, and that's what we want. All progress is good progress. Well, it's 2 o'clock already. I don't know where this day's going to. I don't seem to have achieved very much at all. But the chicken coop is ready for guests. I've got some storage up the top there. I'll make some little doors, I think, to just cover those up so the chickens can't get in. Then we've got double nest box on the bottom. I've just lined this with plastic sheeting. A little edge on there to stop all the sawdust coming off the edge. Same thing in this one, plastic sheet, and again a little edge just to keep the sawdust or wood shavings or whatever in the right place. I'll have a little experiment with this and see how the chickens get on. If I find that they're squabbling in there, I'll partition this off down the middle and make 4 instead of 2. So that's the chicken coop. Water barrels in there ready for drinking. I just need to buy some guttering and pop the other barrel once I know where the guttering's going. And for now, I think I'm going to plant some more carrot seeds, plant some more potatoes, and I'll have a quick look at these seeds while we're on. So it's pretty much as it was yesterday. You've seen these, so you know those potatoes, all 3 buckets or containers there are sprouting. Not so the carrots, so I'm going to pop another couple of buckets of carrots in, and I think I'll pop some potatoes in those big barrels outside. I've got 2 of those standing doing nothing. The one big surprise yesterday was the true potato seeds in here. I can't believe that they've come through. I really can't. We've got 1, 2, 3. I don't see any new ones since yesterday. So I'll give these a water before I go, but for now I'm going to grab some seeds and some potato tubers and plant some more up. Well, first things first, I've got these onion sets to go in. I'll plant them in the same bed as I've got this garlic, and then I can get myself some onions growing. There's 50 allegedly in there, so I guess we'll see. So I'll get these thrown in. And I don't mean thrown in, I mean nicely planted. So, spray one there. a little row. And that should just about do it. So let's get some popped in and see how we get on with these. It is nice getting stuff in the ground outside, I have to say. It makes you feel like spring is actually here. Even though it might not feel like it sometimes. Well, that's those 4 rows done. I'm tempted to just try and sneak another one in here, just to fill the gap. Still got some spares. So I'll get those moved over here and I'll pop a row in there. We'll see how we get on with that. Now just pop that last few in a little row in between the garlic here. And that should give me quite a lot of onions, assuming they all come through, of course, because you're never quite sure whether they will or they won't. I've got 4 spare, so waste not, want not. Let's get those in here. Alongside these that need harvesting. And that's it, job done, very nice. I'll throw some water on those and we'll move on to the potatoes. I don't think I need too much water because it's forecast for rain later, but I'll give them a drink just to make sure that they're settled in. I'm going to be planting potatoes, so I'll just give that soil that's in there a bit of a water. I don't think it needs that much really. I'll be watering on top. Yeah, it's actually quite wet. It's already wet, so I'll grab some spuds and we'll see what we can do with these. Well, I've got some potatoes with some nice chits on. You can see those, so I'll pop those in. And plenty of space. And pop one in the middle. And then we'll throw some compost on. Let's see how we get on with those. I will bank them up as and when they produce some shoots. But for now, I think that'll do. Looking at the sky, I don't know why I'm bothering doing this, watering, but you never know, it might be a bluff, it might not come. We'll go and get the next one done. Same thing with this one. Got some nice chits on these. So, 1, 2, 3. Exactly. And again, we'll get some compost in. I'm going to need another bag. There's not enough in there. I'll do that and then we'll move on to the carrots. Well, I've got some carrots planted in these last 2 buckets. I'm not sure about these. Because really there's no reason why they wouldn't have germinated in those other buckets. But I'm planting a little bit heavier than I would normally, just to give them a fighting chance. So we'll sprinkle a bit of compost on top. I've watered this bucket already, so we should be good to go. But I will just give it a little bit more of a watering, just to give them a fighting chance. Okay. I'll be back down during the week just to check on everything as normal. So if I need a bit more water, I can always put it on. I don't want to overdo it on the first one, because we've got wet soil underneath and wet soil on top, so we should be okay. I think I've mentioned this before, these carrots that are in these buckets now are a different variety from last year, and I'm just wondering if that's why they're not performing. I don't know. Right, we'll do a quick whiz round and then that'll be time to pack up. Well, in terms of what we've got planted, we've got these Swedes, which are doing really well now, putting on the extra leaves. Really happy with those. The pear tree, the apple tree, the cherry tree, and this other apple tree, all putting on good growth. Figs in leaf, or it's in bud, just about to be in leaf, as is the small blueberry bush. That's budding. You can see lots of little buds on there. Well, you would if the camera would focus. There we go. Big blueberry bush going crazy, putting on loads of growth, absolutely loads. And the strawberries. Outside, potatoes are in this barrel, cauliflowers are still in this one, potatoes gone in there today in that barrel. I've got a full bed ready for planting. The garlic at 2 stages, one's almost coming up for maturity, the other one's going to be later in the year, and then I've got those 50 onion sets in there. Don't know what to do in that bed yet. Turnips perhaps coming, Swedes out of the polytunnel, I don't know. And then garden room, one thing I did notice when I was watering, I had 3 buckets of potatoes that had all come through in different stages. You can see those there. They're all over in these, everywhere. Another one there. Same in this one. Nice growth in there. And then I thought this last bucket, which was the last one to get planted, this went in 6th of Feb, and we have got them. There, the little sprouts coming through, there and there. So I had thought that one wasn't coming through, but it is. So 4 pots of potatoes in here. I've got the 4 carrots that are doing nothing, plus the 2 that have just gone in. You've seen these yesterday, the marigolds, the true potato seeds. There's nothing really in there to show you, that one little solitary pea. So I'll not bore you with those today. I'll just get it covered up, because it is time now to get packed up. So much for finishing early and getting my domestic chores done. I haven't, it's actually late now, so I'm on a bit of a rush. But I know where I'd rather be, and that's down here. Well, that's it for another day. Everything's locked up. It is looking nice now, that chicken coop, I have to say. I feel like I've achieved something there. Haven't achieved much with it today. I'd spent hours fiddling around in there with those damned nest boxes, but it is progress at the end of the day. Cabin's all locked up. We'll see how we get on with this latest batch of planting. How are you getting on? Let me know. I'm keen to know how everyone's doing. One thing I didn't show you, which I've done, my neighbour Gary gave me half a dozen privet hedge plants, so I've just been putting these in amongst. You remember last year I planted some hawthorn, which are these here. That's a privet that's just gone in. So I've interspaced them with these hawthorns. I did put a load of these, which are hazelnuts, but they've all died off apart from 2, which is a bit disappointing. So there's another privet down there with a hawthorn. That's a hazelnut, which I'm not sure if that's growing or not growing. not sure. This one is, for sure. So that's nice. I have got a survivor. And this one is also in bud. You can see there's nothing up here. Oh, there's a little leaf showing just there. So I've interplanted with the privet. So over the course of this year, assuming they all take, I'll end up with a nice little hedge. And I don't know what's up with this camera. With them some of them being privet, it'll give me leaf cover through the year. Anyway, it's been a long day, far longer than I expected, so I'm going to get myself home, have a shower, get my chores done, and it'll be work again in the morning. So I'll catch you all later. Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. How's it looking now? I'm pleased that the chicken coop is finally done, and we're ready for some chickens in there. And also pleased to get some more planting done. How are you getting on with your planting? Let me know in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.